Welcome back, 700 WLW. There was, if you follow the markets and you have money invested someplace, you had to have been just taken aback a little by the news this past week, not just in what the price of gold did, but also what it may portend for the financial future of the United States. It was stunning, really. Gold shot to its highest settlement since 2013. On Thursday, August gold went up $48.10, or about 3.6%. It settled at just under $1,400 an ounce. And if you watch the talking heads on MSNBC, CNBC, and Fox Business News, they're all talking about gold and where it is now and where it may be going and what you should seriously think about doing to your portfolio. Because there's gold in their investments, and someone that knows a lot about that is my next guest. He is Wally Berukoff. He is a gold expert and right at the center of all of this. I mean, he's in, I'll just let him explain as we welcome him in on the AcuteHearingCenters.com hotline. And Wally, welcome to the show, and how are you on this Saturday?
Thank you, Ken. I'm great. You just explained price of gold is hitting new highs. Finally, it's coming into its own. Gold is a storage of wealth. People want to go to safer places. But Ken, it's an incredible time in the market today for gold, and I'm very fortunate to have been in this market for years. I've built 3 successful companies. All about the same type of economics.
Yeah, and you've also developed and operated over 20 mines in several countries, right? I mean, gold has been most of your adult life, has it not?
That's correct, Ken. It's interesting. You said many countries. Gold is recognized in every country in the world. The only currency that is.
I want to talk about why this was important this week, because it signaled, at least to a lot of investors, that maybe the economy here in the United States and and for that matter the world may be slowing down here, and maybe the robust times are coming to an end. I mean, if you look at just the surface of what happened after the Fed met this week, the way they talked after that and the way it affected 2- and 3-year bonds, it just drove gold up. Why did that happen? When the Fed said that it won't be making any changes to the interest rates at this time, why did gold then go through the roof, and why did bonds take it right on the chin? What happened and why?
Well, Ken, there's uncertainty in the world going forward. There's trade talks not going so well. General production is slowing down. Consumer demand is slowing down. So people are heading towards a safe haven. Gold is a safe haven. Why this happened is it was a clear signal by the Fed. They're unsure themselves. Mm-hmm. So they poised themselves to be ready to create a stimulus if needed, and I believe it will be.
Well, let's just say, Wally, we've got some people listening here. They've got a nice portfolio. Maybe their portfolio has $500,000, $600,000, $700,000. Maybe it's a modest portfolio with maybe $200,000-$300,000. Why would somebody, or what would the wisdom be at this point, given what happened last week? What would the wisdom be of taking some money out of stocks and moving it to gold? Would that be something? I know gold is your business, but would that be something that would make sense for the average investor?
It would, but what would make more sense for the average investor is to get leverage on what he buys. That's why, for instance, in a junior mining company like myself, that's what I've done. We've got a deposit that's probably going to run into the 10, 20 million ounces. And that's my opinion. It's a penny stock. It's only valued at about $100 million. As I said earlier in the show, the 3 companies that I've built, similar to this over my years, we sold for $1.5 billion. Miramar, Northern Rhine, $1.2 billion. La Mancha, $700,000. So those stocks became very valuable. Reason is they were grounded on large deposits. So where you have large deposits, small market cap, that's the best way to own gold.
Now, to someone that maybe isn't, again, maybe they've got an investor that investment management company is taking care of their investments and things like that. When you say gain leverage, and that's how you'd use gold, what, in layman's terms, what does that mean?
What that means is, let's say that you bought a position in line one. Let's say you spent $5,000 or $10,000 doing that. Mm-hmm. Well, you bought a share of the 10 to 20 million ounce deposit. If you bought physical gold for $10,000, you'd be buying very little. Mm-hmm. So the leverage you get on buying $10,000 worth of say line one mm-hmm. is the leverage into 10 or 20 million ounces. You don't do that directly by buying physical gold. Although there's nothing wrong with owning physical gold. It's always going to be valuable.
You said that gold is the internationally recognized metal, the internationally recognized currency, the internationally recognized way you converse. Why so gold? Why is gold?
Gold is a single element, and it's hard to find. Makes it valuable. Since the beginning of time, gold has been the official exchange. Whenever there is an exchange, gold has stayed constant. It's a single element. You can't reproduce it. You can't make it synthetically. Gold is gold. And that's what makes it so valuable. And it doesn't matter what language, what country you are, everybody understands gold.
Yeah.
So
this has nothing to do with investing. It has everything to do with what you're doing. You're in 21 countries with these mines. Do we still mine for gold here in America? Are they still because everybody knows about the Wild West, San Francisco panning for gold, but gold is still mined successfully here in the United States.
Oh, very successful. One of the best deposits is Cripple Creek in Colorado, mm-hmm. and the reason I mentioned Cripple Creek, it's mined about 29 million ounces and probably several more million of ounces to be mined.
Wow.
It's called an alkaline deposit, and if you find an alkaline deposit, it remains large. What we have done in our company recently in the last 4 months, we've hired Dr. Quentin Henning, who is an expert, came back, looked at our project and said, wow, this is an alkaline deposit. Eureka moment. So the comparisons are Cripple Creek, Lahire, all of these large millions of ounces of deposits around the world. Actually, alkaline deposits are rare, mm-hmm. hard to find.
Yeah.
There's probably 15 around in the world, 5 or 6 that are in production now. They're owned all by majors, a major like Newmont, Newcrest, others like that. So when Dr. Quentin Henning pronounced our project as an alkaline deposit, it's exploded. And we haven't really said anything much about that. Ken, you're one of the first people we're talking to about it. And it's starting to gain ground, and people are recognizing it.
Wow.
But I would say that if an investor wants to own some gold doesn't go bad. So when it sits in the ground, it's there.
Yeah.
So you have to prove it's there, but it's there. So if you want leverage for very little money, buy a gold company that has a huge deposit, undervalued.
Wally Berukoff
just described line one.
Yeah, Wally Berukoff's our guest. You can find him on the website lion1metals.com. lion1metals.com. Oh, Wally, okay, so obviously Thursday was a huge day for you and your business. And anything that goes up 3.6% and settles at $14,000 an ounce, $48 in one day. Okay, so you had a big Thursday. Do you anticipate another Thursday like this between now and the end of the year? Where you handicap this stuff? Where do you see it going?
I do it, Ken. Let me tell you this. Our stock, since this run has started, our stock has virtually doubled. Today it's trading at about 60 cents U.S. Mm-hmm. I expect it to double again, my opinion, as gold goes up and as we make further discoveries.
Yeah.
As the world starts to recognize what this is, and it's sitting amongst the giants. We're the only deposit that's not owned by a major. So Ken, what's happening is we're being courted by the majors.
Yeah.
So anytime that happens, you get a premium. And that's how the billions were made in the previous companies.
Well, you're going to own the island of Belize when you're done here. Wally Berukoff, I gave your website out, lion1metals.com. That's easy. That's the easiest place for somebody to find you, right?
That's right. And there's some very good information on there, Ken. I encourage your listeners to go to lion1metals.com. Take a look at our website. It's clearly explained there, and the value jumps out at you.
All right. Well,
basically, this is becoming a eureka moment, and if your listeners are there to look at it, they'll experience it.
Eureka moment on more than just one level, actually and aesthetically too. Wally Berukoff, thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Ken. All the best.